Hello everyone, this is Kevin T. Rodriguez, film critic of iCritic.net, and now I've got to talk about a show that I don't particularly like very much, and voice a very strong opinion against a situation I know was not very popular. But can I say that I am more or less kind of officially sick of not only am I sick of the allegations against people because it sickens me to think that things like that might happen, that men might use their power to hurt people in the industry. I am definitely against that, but I'm just as equally sick of basically people getting punished and thrown off the cliff, so to speak, before there's actual due process. And, here's the thing. Like, I was okay with Harvey Weinstein because they found the evidence. They found the paper trail. They found the audio recordings. They did their job. But then, when Kevin Spacey, well, he didn't really deny it, and yeah, he kind of did some things, like checked himself into sex rehab, which kind of shows maybe there's some truth to that. But for the most part, people have been fired without, any proof that anything is happening, and it's starting to affect, like jobs getting lost. And well, here's the thing that's bothering me today. And it involves Amazon series Transparent because Jeffrey what's his name? Jeffrey Tambor, who has won a couple Golden Globes for this shockingly award-winning show, which I personally don't think is very good, he has been accused of sexual misconduct by a couple of the cast members, one of whom is a transgender, and I don't know why that information is important, but people keep mentioning it as if, like, well, sexual misconduct against anyone is bad. I don't know why people keep bringing up I guess, is that irony? I don't know. Well, anyway, Amazon, of course, launched an investigation into the allegations. But before they even launched the investigation, they start telling their writers to start planning for Tambor to be written out of the show, which, in my opinion, is very telling that it actually didn't matter what they found. They were going to get him off the show anyway because, hey, just the mere fact that he's been accused means he must be guilty on some level, and people won't watch the show, which they're actually not really watching the show that much anyway, as I found out. And I don't even know how you would write him out. With House of Cards, admittingly, especially after how season 5 ended, you could kind of do it, and I can see a little wiggle room they have to get rid of Kevin Spacey, but Transparent is completely about this man coming out as a woman to his kids. I don't know how you even... Heck, if that element is gone, what's the point of the show? Like, that's the hook, so to speak. And that might be why Amazon even attempted to do an investigation, because they know that that's going to change the dynamics of the show so much that they might not even have a show by the end of the day. But they started telling their writers to basically come up with a plan B. It's like, we're going to investigate, but we're really firing him. So basically, give us your best pitch to keep the show alive. Well, Tambor apparently has taken himself out of the running for this, and he made a statement saying, playing Mara Pfeifferman, I believe that's the correct term, on Transparent has been one of the greatest privileges and creative experiences of my life. What has become clear over the past weeks, however, is that this is no longer the job I signed up for 4 years ago. I've already made clear my deep regret if any action of mine was ever misinterpreted by anyone as being aggressive, but the idea that I would deliberately harass anyone is simply and utterly untrue. Given the politicized atmosphere that seems to have afflicted our set, I don't see how I can return to Transparent. And I have to give him a lot of credit. Now, here's the thing. He's 70 years old. So if his career is over, he's had a long life, it's been a long career, and wonderful for him. And he's basically saying, hey, you know what? I am not going to be put through this dog and pony show. I didn't do what they're blaming me of. And they're allowed to investigate it, and they should investigate it. They should always investigate the claim. But the fact that they're like already planning to write me out, that they're already apologizing for any on-set behavior before they even know what the situation is, and there might, which he believes there's nothing to it, and you know, but that's basically his statement. Like, I know that you're ready to fire me. You know, the set's become politicized. And this is not what I signed up for, and I'm not going to let my life go through this. I'm not going to be put through this show. So, you know what? Hey, if you need to put on a face to move on or get me off the show, you know, I'm just going to save the trouble. I quit. I'm not going to return. And this is my choice, by the way. And I have to admit, I kind of respect him for doing it that way. I mean, I'm assuming that was a fairly lucrative job, and it was netting him awards, and that's not something easy to walk away from. I mean, certainly Kevin Spacey didn't walk away from it, and Harvey Weinstein fought to stay in the company. No one likes to lose jobs, especially especially if you feel you've done nothing wrong. And here's the thing, I actually am kind of leaning towards Jeffrey Tambor is probably, yeah, Tambor. I don't know why I'm having a hard time remembering his name today. I kind of believe him. I mean, because his reaction has actually been very realistic of someone who was accused of something they didn't do. Just like, I'm sorry if you took something this way, but I didn't do what you say you did, and I don't know what you're talking about, and I'm kind of offended that you even bring it up. And that's been his stance since day one, and his method of leaving is just like, I'm not doing it out of... He's making it clear. He is not doing it out of respect for anyone. He is not doing it because someone has asked him. He is not doing it to make people feel better. He's doing it because, like, hey, you know what? I think this is bogus. I think this is totally bogus, and, you know, I made the show what it is, and if you don't have my back, I would rather just not be a part of it. And I respect him for that. And again, I have to be honest, this is for a show I don't even like. I do not like Transparent, and it's... I mean, I remember when I saw the pilot, when it was like being tested out for shows for Amazon to pick up, and I remember watching the first episode and thinking it was just slow and uninteresting, and at the very end, when he showed up dressed in that ugly wig with lipstick, I actually remember laughing and thinking like, oh dear God, that looks so stupid. And then realizing the title of the show, and we're like, oh, this is what it's going to be about. And it was like, boy, this is an awful show. I don't see it getting picked up. And then it got picked up, then it won awards. I did give it a second chance, and I honestly don't think it was any better. I think people praise it kind of like the way that they praise Brokeback Mountain. I think people wanted it to be better than it actually was, because the theme was so unique that it's like they would grasp to it like, oh my gosh, it's about a transgender woman coming out. We never see that, and they want the show to be good, but it's not good. I felt that way about like Brokeback Mountain, where it was like, you know, I think people like wanted it to be good. It's like, oh, it's a gay romance story, and you know, how many gay movies do they make? But you know, we've had so many better movies with LGBT themes, from Moonlight and Milk, and it's like, you kind of watch Brokeback Mountain now, and it's like the flaws are even more glaring. Although, in all fairness, I never liked it. So, but getting back to Transparent, I would be interested to see what Amazon's response to this is, because I mean, eventually this had to happen. Something had to give, because you know what? There's going to be a lot of allegations, and one of the things about rich people is that they are ripe for false allegations, especially in this day and age. The allegations themselves can kill your career right now, and they've killed several careers. And so far, only Louis C.K. has admitted to the allegations being true, and you know, that didn't help his career at all. I mean, I think he decided, well, I'm going to own up to it, and hopefully that'll help. It didn't help. And so now everyone's going to deny it. But the fact that there's that hostile environment and people's careers are ending, there's going to be a lot more false allegations, I think, because it's going to be like, hey, so and so, I'm going to accuse you of this. What's it worth to you for that to not happen? And this is what, and there's no due process right now, and everyone knows that. And Tambor knew that, and I think he honestly sat there and said, you know what? I'm 70 years old. If this is the end of my career, I'm not going to go out like a wimp. I am going to go out in protest. I will willingly step aside, but I will make it clear I am stepping aside because I don't agree with what's going on, and I just simply refuse to be part of it. And it's going to be interesting to see who's going to be the next person to do that, because I think that was a gutsy move, and we're just going to have to see what happens. So, but that's my thoughts. What are your thoughts on this admittingly very controversial topic? Do you agree with me, disagree? I'd love to know. Comment below, like, favorite, share, subscribe. If you enjoy the content I make, consider becoming a Patreon member, especially since videos like this do get demonetized. And as always, flame responsibly. Have a good one.